Bruce, are you there?
Yes. I just switched to myself. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My fellow dear Toastmasters and welcome guests. I'm Bruce, as most of you already know me. But maybe there is something that you still don't know about me. And before I formally start my presentation, I would like to share a secret about myself in buddies. That is, I have many first times in this club, buddies. For example, buddies is the first Toastmaster club I joined. And my first English speech was delivered in buddies. And my first time experience of being secretary and president is also in buddies. First time is always memorable, right? And today, another first time for me is coming along. That is to deliver a longer speech. We call it a keynote speech. A keynote speech is longer than usual. It's about 20 minutes long. And I'm doing the project is about speaking professionally. And it sounds very challenging, but also very exciting for me. I believe all of you all agree with me on that. Joining a speech contest is a meaningful leap for any one of us being in a Toastmaster journey. This is where we can learn from our competitors and also to know the whole process, build our resilience, and also get the big achievement. Of course, the trophies, but sometimes it's not only the trophy. Most importantly, the wonderful experience. Now, without further ado, I would like to share my PPT. Please also bear with me. When I start sharing, I will become invisible. Wait for a moment, because I'm using my iPad, so when I share, my camera is automatic closed. Okay, now my title is Tips on Preparing for a Speech Contest. I'm very delighted to share with you some tips on how to prepare a speech contest. I will use about 20 minutes for the sharing. I have outlined it into 3 parts. As you can see, selecting a table topic, speech topic, preparing for the contest, and learning from the champions. I think these 3 points are very important for you to join in and to prepare for a contest. Let me start with giving the first part, selecting a speech topic. As you may know, for any speech, you have to choose a topic. Think how your topic can relate to your message and how your subject can suit to the audience. It could be the first step in preparing a good speech. And I suggest you use your personal experience to connect with your audience because it's easier and practical, and you will feel, and also the audience will feel you are very close and you can interact with your stories with them. Storytelling is one powerful method. You have to integrate your own story into your speech to inspire or just engage your audience. You can choose a topic like your interest. Interest, there are many things you can share, like you like sports, you like movies, you like many things like traveling, entertaining, and hobbies, many things, playing piano. So you can share these things you are very interested in and you have your passion. And also you can share about a career. You can share the relationship between you and your boss, and about your promotion, about your investment, or even after your career, your retirement, how to manage your future life in your career. And family, I think is a very broad concept. And you can talk about relations between you and your siblings, your parents, your spouse, or your children, if you have. There are many things and you can just talk about, and many people can relate your experience, your story to their own. So it's very easy to connect with them. The last thing is education. You can share with your audience about your study habits and something like your achievements, and you are a professor or a master or something else. Even you got some very valuable certificates outside of your work. There are many things you can share. So I would not elaborate all the topics here, but I suggest you use your own experience and to compose your own story. It's easier for the audience to accept. So when you have a topic, like you have interest here, and you just narrow it down, like I just like traveling, and you choose traveling, and then you just narrow down again, just like I traveled to Paris, then yeah, your story happened there. When you look into this way, I think soon you will find your speech topic is there waiting for you. When you select a speech topic, you also need to know your audience. You also need to know your audience interests and their needs. It would extremely help you in preparing a good speech. For example, familiarity with the subject. When you share something to your audience, if your audience don't know what are you talking about, I think it's a big problem. For example, I am an IT guy, and I know how to do some programming things and how to develop a software. But if I talk to many people, maybe they don't really know what I'm talking about. They will be bored of what I'm talking. The other thing is age range. When you talk to different ages people, you have to consider if they are very interested in it. For example, if you talk about study with a retired people, maybe they are not very keen to it because they have passed the age. But if you talk about retirement to the children, I think also they don't know what is retirement. Why do I need to consider that? I don't even know what I'm talking about. I think it's not a very good topic to the children to talk about retirement. Also, similarity in interest, background, and education. And when you talk about something, you have to consider if the group of people have the similarity, if they have the same knowledge, common knowledge, so they can understand what I'm talking about. When you say one, then many people or almost all the people know what one is. The next part is preparing for the contest. If you compete in a contest, I believe the first thing you have to do is to know the rules and the winning standard. So you can prepare your speech based on that. You might have an edge with your competitors and have a high probability to win than those who are not aware. I believe you agree with that because you know more about the standard. You can prepare according to the standard. As you can see from the sample ballot, it contains content, delivery, and the language. And you can also see content takes up to 50%. That means 50 points. It concludes speech development, something like structure, how you structure your material, and organization, and how to choose what materials you choose for your speech. This is 20 points. And for effectiveness, achievement of purpose, what is your purpose of your speech? And about your interest and reception, it takes about 15 points. And speech value, and what do you want to share to audience? Why your audience like it? It must have some values in your speech so they can benefit from it. It's about 15 points. And also for delivery, it also has 3 parts. Physical, like your appearance. If your dress up is consistent with your topic, and your body language, and also your speaking area. When you speak, if you just stand there or you just move or use the space to say something for your speech, and your voice, like your speaking volume, your flexibility, and your tone variety, or everything about your voice. And manner, just like directiveness and assurance and enthusiasm. And I think a lot of speakers has enthusiasm, but they cannot be felt by the audience. So if you can just show it to you with your delivery, it will be more powerful. And language itself is only about 20%. You can see appropriativeness and also correctness. I believe it's about your culture, just like culture. And when you speak to a group of people, you have to consider what is taboo and what is good for them to hear. And also for your grammar, your pronunciation, and fluency, or your word chosen. This is the standard you have to follow up if you would like to join the contest. And I wish all of you will get all the points in the sample ballot. In order to prepare for contest, it is important not just read a script, but also craft your speech. You may wonder how. Here are some tips. Firstly, you have to know your purpose. And what message do you want to convey to the audience? Do you want to inspire them to take an action to do something? Or you just want to persuade them to believe in you, believe what you believe in? Or simply, you just want to entertain them. You just want to make them laugh, make them feel happy. It's up to you to set the tone of your speech. So set a purpose, and all the materials will serve your purpose. And the second is about structure. And I think, as every one of you may know, that every article or speech need a structure. And it's also you will decide how to how to organize all your content. Usually, there are some elements you have to consider to put them in your speech, like introduction. What's the beginning? How you do the beginning, how to design the beginning to engage the audience immediately and interest them. And your body, how you organize your body. And usually you put a clear and concise storyline here and make all the people, all the audience can follow. And also your conclusion. Usually you have to make a strong conclusion that you can make an impact to the audience. Like if you want to give them some information and ask them to do something, call to action is very important. The third is about the words. And when you write a speech, when you prepare it, and how can you just replace your plain words? For example, if one employee made a huge mistake and the boss came to him and shouted out his name, in this situation, what do you say in a simple way? Maybe you can just say, the employee was scared while seeing the boss. But is it good? Is it very interesting and compelling? I'm not sure, but let's hear this. The boss rushed to the employee angrily and shouted angrily. The employee's face turned pale, his knees started trembling, and his heart started palpitating. So which one do you think is better? I think it's very obvious. You can see more information from the scenario, from the description. So using descriptive words is very powerful. The first one is about asking compelling questions. You can ask some compelling questions to engage your audience and stimulate their interest. It's a very effective way to engage and make your audience feel they are part of your speech. Either you can expect response from them, or it's only a rhetorical question. It's up to you to design your speech. When you reach that, I think you can just catch the attention from the audience. The last is about anecdotes. It's highly recommended to use your own story rather than others because it's easier for you to connect with the audience. The audience is curious and interested in you and your stories because you are the one who is speaking there. And when you have your own anecdotes, they will feel the same way what you have. You can bring your passion into your speech because it's your story. You felt it before and you are sharing your feeling to it. And remember, we are not only delivering a speech, but a key message, which is very important. Also, your purpose of your speech.
Green.
What do you want your audience to remember when you finish your speech is a very important ingredient crafting your speech. Preparation is the key. Practice, practice, and practice. Familiarize your script. It will help you to be equipped in whatever situation because you know whatever happens, you know what to say. It's all in your mind. And add your body language when you rehearse. And it's suggested that when you rehearse, you just record yourself and watch your body language and your voice and everything. And you can adjust it a little bit after the next rehearsal. And also ask feedback from others, like your friends or family or mentors. They will give you valuable suggestions, then you can improve. Here is the last part, learning from the champions. I just chose two speakers. Two speakers, they gave the most powerful speeches in my mind, and I like them so much. One is Darren Tay, one is Dhananjaya. Now let's see their speeches. I believe you still remember Dhananjaya's winning speech in 2019. I see something. And This is what I observed in his speech. Always start with a message. And I think if you have watched his speech, you still remember the flower, the rose. The other is add humor to engage the audience. The great speakers always give audience a roller coaster emotions, laughters, ups and downs, call to action, which can make a great impact. And be confident enough and be genuine. And only you can sell yourself before you sell your message, he says. And the way to do so is by being genuine. The audience can feel your sincerity of the speaker, and you can only convince them when you are confident and genuine. Here comes the Darren Tate speech, and I also like it.
Bruce? Bruce, did we lose you?
I think we lost him.
Bruce, are you there? Okay. We'll assume that Bruce is having some technical difficulties. So when he comes back on, we'll allow him to finish, but we'll continue on for now until Bruce joins us. Is it possible to mute his screen at the moment? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep going. So why don't we get started with our table topics? So Francesco, can you tee up our table topics for today? And then if Bruce comes back, we'll shift to him at the end of the table topics segment. I defer the floor to you, Francesco.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster of the day. The goal of the table topic is to let everyone participating in a meeting speak, and to give also to people that have a role the opportunity to practice speaking without preparation. So I will read you a quote, and that will be an inspiration for you to talk about that subject, however you are inspired about it, for 1 to 2 minutes. So I see that Bruce is back online. So this is the explanation for the
I'm here.
table topic. But now I think I will give the podium back to Madam Toastmaster.
Hello, everyone. I'm here. I'm back. But I don't know how to stop that. It is stuck. Okay, it's okay now.
Okay, Bruce, I don't know if you know at what point we lost you. Did you want to do a quick wrap up?
I don't know.
You had just started on the second speaker.
Oh my gosh. So which part?
The second,
The second
international speaker. Yeah.
Yeah. And there are 3 points about Darren Tate. And he delivered a very inspiring story about bullying and inner bullies and how he conquered his timidity. The second part is creative use of props and a metaphor. And if you have watched his video, you still can remember his underwear and he wore in the speech. And the third thing is about humor. And he inserted a lot of humors in his speech. And after analyzing the 2 speakers, you have seen great speakers always use a lot of humor in their speech, and they can always learn a lot from those props. And there are many things for us to learn from their speeches, which we can apply in our future speeches. And being a great speaker cannot be achieved overnight. It takes practice and continuous learning and a dedication, like those champions. The final one, I just shared a quote from Tim Hughescamp. He said, "There is a difference between winning and losing, and trying not at all. If you want to know what's out there, you have to take the chance to try. And only when you experience it, you will know what do you want in the future." And remember, joining a contest is already winning. So I encourage you to prepare a good speech and join the contest and experience the best. That's all from me, today's sharing. Now back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Bruce, for not only inspiring us to participate in contests, telling us how to do so successfully, and giving us some pointers to be the